Have you ever felt that you are working hard, but can never achieve the financial stability you want? As if there was an invisible barrier blocking your progress? The truth is that it is often not just external factors that make it difficult for financial success, but unconscious habits that sabotage you without you realizing it. Naval investor and philosopher Ravikant once said, "If you are always consuming, when will you create?" And this phrase makes all sense when we think of how we waste time and energy in behaviors that move us away from wealth and financial freedom. Small daily decisions may seem harmless, but when repeated over the years, they create an abyss between you and success. In today's video, you will discover 7 habits that are blocking your financial success and, most importantly, how to eliminate them for good. From impulsive spending to procrastination, the lack of planning, and even the negative influence of the people around them, each of these factors may be undermining their chances of prospering. So already leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell of notifications so as not to lose any content that can transform your financial life. Now let's go straight to business. Social networks are a powerful tool that connects us with the world, but at the same time they become one of the greatest villains of our productivity. Who has never caught giving that quick peek on the nets and ended up losing an hour of his day? This constant distraction cycle removes us from the really important tasks and impairs the focus needed to achieve success. Notifications, posts, and messages end up taking over our time without us. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, got it right when he said, social networks are the perfect tool to keep him busy doing nothing. By constantly immersed on these platforms, our mind is saturated with superficial information, and instead of focusing on projects that require deep attention, we are carried away by the current of quick and purposeless stimuli. This undermines our ability to focus and work more efficiently. How to start to stop it? First, an effective strategy is to disable unnecessary notifications. Do you know that annoying ping sound that appears every time someone likes a photo or sends a message? He is constantly taking his attention and breaking his focus. Try to use the silent mode, where the function does not disturb during your working hours or study. Also, an interesting tip is to block or stop following profiles that do not add value to your personal or professional development. This further reduces the temptation to open the social network and waste time. Another solution is to fill this time with more productive activities. Instead of rolling the feed, how about exploring new hobbies or dedicating yourself to activities that will actually contribute to your growth? Reading books, practicing meditation, or even starting an online course are options that keep your mind busy in a positive and focused way in your goal. In the next topic, let's talk about another great myth that impacts our productivity, the multitasking. Stay tuned. We live in a world that values the idea that we can do several things at the same time. But does it really work? Most of us believe that multitasking is a key to being more productive. But the truth is quite different. Try and do several things at the same time. In fact, decreases the quality of work and increases the chance of errors. It's like trying to bake a cake while on the phone and answering emails. You end up burning the cake, forgetting to answer an important message, and in the end, do not do well in any of the tasks. Gary Keller, author of The One Thing, summarizes this idea when he says, multitasking is a lie. Our brain is not prepared to focus on more than one complex task at the same time. In fact, he makes a quick change of attention between activities, which generates a mental overload and diminishes our ability to perform tasks efficiently. This explains why you feel exhausted after a multitasking day, even if you couldn't complete everything you planned. Mozart's classic example helps us understand that the key to being more productive is doing one thing at a time. The composer, in his day, concentrated deeply on a single musical play at a time, improving his art. By focusing on one task at a time, it was not only more efficient, but it could also achieve high-quality results. The same goes for you by devoting your full attention to a task. You maximize your creativity and deliver a much more effective job. So stop deluding yourself with the idea that doing several things at the same time is the solution. Instead, start focusing on one task at a time And to make it easier, use techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you dedicate yourself 25 minutes entirely to a task and then take a short break. This will help you focus and increase your efficiency without overloading your mind. In the next topic, we will talk about one of the greatest enemies of productivity, procrastination. Don't miss it. Procrastination is one of the most dangerous traps for those seeking high performance and success. It makes us postpone the tasks, creating the false feeling that there is always enough time to do everything later. However, time does not wait for anyone. As Edward Young said, procrastination is the thief of time. Each time you leave something for tomorrow, you miss an opportunity to move toward your goals. Worst of all is that procrastination is a snowball. The more you advance a task, the harder it becomes to do, and the more you feel overwhelmed. Small daily actions, such as starting a project or taking first steps toward a goal, are the ones that really accumulate results over time. As Robert Collier said, success is a sum of small actions you repeat day after day. Each little effort is crucial to achieving its biggest goal. Delayed tasks create a negative auto-sabotage cycle. You lose confidence and preparation you would need to deal with everyday responsibilities. The result of this? An increase in anxiety and the worsening of procrastination. Napoleon Hill, author who thinks in riches, has a powerful advice: the perfect moment never comes. Start now. Don't wait for the right time, because it just doesn't exist. The moment to act is always now. If you want to combat procrastination, start with small victories. Separate a simple task and start running it immediately. It can be simple, like writing a report of a report or organizing the desk. These small actions will help to create the habit of acting in a consistent way and combat procrastination. Now, how about we reflect on how our thoughts can be both allied and enemies of our focus? Let's explore this in the next topic. Negative thoughts have incredible power to undermine our motivation and creativity. When we begin to focus on failures, past errors, or difficulties in front of us, our mind creates barriers that keep us from moving on. As Robert T. Kiyosaki says, don't let toxic people rent space in your mind. And that includes not only people around us, but also the very thoughts that insist on telling us that we are not good enough. These thoughts, if not controlled, can become a true mental prison. They can create a vicious self-sabotage cycle where you feel unable to move forward even when you have the tools and the potential for it. The secret, however, is in control of the mind. As Norman Vincent Peale said, change your thoughts, change your world. By transforming the way we think, we can transform our realities. Positive thinking is therefore a powerful tool for opening doors and opportunities. Toxic people also have a deep impact on our lives and productivity. They spread negativity and constantly pull our energy down. Sometimes we need to set clear limits to protect us and focus on what really matters. If you are constantly drained by people around you, it may be time to reevaluate these relationships and prioritize those that really contribute to your personal development and success. Remember, your social circle plays an important role in your growth. A good strategy is to start surrounding yourself with people who share the same values and goals. This creates a positive and motivating environment where the exchange of ideas and mutual inspiration are constant. Also, practice gratitude daily, focusing on what you are good in your life. This helps to ward off negative thoughts and makes room for more energy and mental clarity. Now, let's talk about another great challenge: the disorganization of the environment. Stay here to find out how it directly impacts your productivity. Have you noticed how a disorganized environment can affect your productivity? Mess is not just something that is physically visible, but is also reflected in the mental mess. A disordered space can cause constant distractions and increase the feeling of overload. This is because whenever you look at something out of place, your mind is automatically restless. Try to understand what needs to be done. This type of constant distraction interferes with the focus and efficiency of the work. Marie Kondo, author of The Famous Method of Organization, reminds us that the organization generates happiness. When we have a clean and tidy space, our mind also becomes clearer and able to focus on the most important tasks. Organizing the work environment or studying is not just an aesthetic issue, but a powerful strategy for increasing productivity. This creates an environment that favors creativity and allows you to focus on activities without the distraction of disordered things. Organizing your space does not have to be a difficult or time-consuming task. Start with small changes, such as tidying up the table, organizing documents, or separating the materials needed for your day. By creating a more harmonious environment, you also create a space for mental clarity and efficient action. This will improve your ability to focus and increase your productivity, as your brain will no longer have to spend energy by trying to deal with the clutter around you. In addition, the environment you create also directly influences your emotional state and your willingness to work. As Thomas J. Watson said, the surrounding environment determines what you can achieve. If you want to achieve high performance and achieve your goals, start organizing your space. In the next topic, we will explore how health habits directly influence our ability to be productive. Don't miss it. Did you know that your physical health has a direct impact on your productivity and efficiency? It is no use trying to achieve financial or professional success if your body is not prepared to support these efforts. The healthy body is essential for a productive mind. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, true wealth is health. Without it, our energy runs out quickly and our mind loses focus, which prevents us from achieving our full potential. A good diet, proper sleep, and regular exercise is the pillars to keep the body in shape and a sharp mind. When we are well fed, we sleep enough and move regularly, our mental clarity and disposition increase significantly. This allows us to be more efficient in our daily tasks and helps us focus on important things. Healthy habits create a solid basis for personal development and prepare us for the challenges that arise on the path of success. The problem is that we often put work and responsibilities above our health. We ended up eating badly, neglecting sleep, or getting sedentary. However, these habits can be extremely harmful in the long run. The key to changing this is to realize that health and productivity are deeply interconnected. If you want to achieve high performance, you need to take care of your body just as it takes care of your projects. This includes devoting time to a balanced diet and prioritizing rest and exercises. Adopting a healthy habits routine doesn't have to be a difficult task. Start with small steps, such as including more vegetables in meals or taking a short walk every day. These small adjustments can make a big difference in your physical and mental well-being. In the next topic, let's see how big names of success deal with your own routines and how we can learn from them. Stay tuned. When we think of successful people, such as Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos, what stands out is how they manage their time and priorities. Steve Jobs, for example, has always had a clear focus on simplicity and elimination of distractions. He believed that true innovation and productivity came from an effort focused on a few, but essential objective. In creating Apple, Jobs not only simplified his products, but also simplified his life, cutting off what was not essential. Bill Gates, in turn, has an unshakable focus on the most challenging tasks. It is known to prioritize the most difficult and significant activities first, leaving the easiest for the end of the day. This approach not only increases efficiency, but also creates a sense of accomplishment early in the day. In doing so, Gates wastes no time with tasks that do not require their maximum potential, ensuring that he has more energy and creativity to solve more complex problems. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, has an interesting point of view on multitasking. It avoids the temptation to do several things at the same time, believing that true efficiency comes from careful and concentrated execution. Bezos often says that by focusing on one task at a time, he can make clearer and clearer decisions. This is a direct reflection of what many productivity experts say: the key to success is not doing everything at the same time, but in doing what really matters with full attention. These examples show that the way to success is not about doing more, but about doing better and more focused. The lessons we can learn from these figures are powerful, simplifying prioritizing and focusing on tasks that really make a difference. Now that we've seen these inspiring stories, let's complete this content with a summary of strategies to improve your productivity. Stay tuned. Now that you know the 7 habits that are blocking your financial success, it's time to act. How can you apply these concepts in your daily life? Start by identifying the areas where you are most procrastinating or letting yourself distract yourself. Then implement small changes such as organizing your workspace, eliminating digital distractions, and prioritizing important tasks. Remember, success is built through consistency and discipline. Ask yourself, what habits are you preventing me from achieving my goals? What changes can I implement now to be more productive and focused? What is within your reach now at this time that can turn your journey toward financial success? The answer is in your hands, and the change begins with a simple step. Don't wait any longer to make it happen. If you are ready to transform your habits and gain a more productive life, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to track more high-performance tips. The path to success begins now.